Hello and welcome to another episode of Solo Paint Talk, where I do a solo episode where I use paint. And this time I have a tablet. Perfect. This episode was inspired by a tweet where somebody basically said its fantasy is just a escapism. You can't ascribe meaning to it. It's disrespectful, and you're all not very smart for doing so. And I thought that was incredibly stupid. I'm going to just do that. And I'm going to do it with interspecies reviewers, where I noticed something. I forgot the episode. I forgot the exact episode, where was the episode where the election was covered. And it was, of course, funny. Politics. You got the big men who have control over the parliament for now and forever, apparently. And I thought that's interesting because that is basically what is just that's basically how the Japanese parliament has worked for the past long time. And the interesting thing is when you transplant the Japanese model into your fantasy world, and you say the fantasy world is doing good, it basically means that you also approve of how it currently goes on in the real world. And this is, you could say this is a stretch. No, it is wrong. No, the author said he votes for the opposition party, which never really gets a majority. And this is where you get fancy-pantsy. The author is dead, because whether or not the author actually believes that the current system in Japan is bad and broken, by saying it is good in another context, you say this is also good. Well, no, actually, this is pristine because it's doing perfectly fine. Shine. And where was I going with this? This is the basic gist of it. Even though the author says, no man, I am totally for the opposition, he kind of betrays that by doing the opposite. Now you could say, well, the Ishizuku fantasy world is completely different from Japan. And here I would disagree, because with the demon party, the demon party is complaining about a lack of technology research. And you got even a succubus party. Let's see, some anime eyes. Well, it's terrible. Yay. Oh god, that's a terrible face. Never mind. Sorry you had to see that. Nah, it's still terrible. Whatever. It's a tail, if you didn't notice. The succubus tail. The demon party has its criticisms, like not enough technology research and a fear of stagnation. And there's racism in the world because everybody hates the demons. They very much dislike them for prejudices, for racist reasons. Who knows? Anyway, the point is, the world of interspecies reviewers isn't a utopia. It has issues. It has problems. It could be better. And still, the party of the pigs is in control. And it's clear that the party of the pig people, the orcs, I believe they're called. You know how Japanese are with orcs. They're either green or they're pigs. The party has no interest in dealing with these societal problems because one, that's not their election, it's not their platform, and two, they're in power already. So why? There's not a single clue, not a single reason to believe that the Orc Party is doing something about the issues of these societal problems. And this is speculation. But by not addressing it and portraying the current system as good, it's a couple of steps. By having a similar, or basically transplanting the Japanese model into a fantasy world, with its problems, with its lack of innovation, with its bureaucracy and small-time corruption and bureaucratic nonsense. By setting it in a fantasy world and saying it's good, you kind of imply that the current status quo in Japan is good. Even though the author may very well disagree and vote for the opposition. And we know why. And we know that the Big Party isn't interested in the issues of the societal issues, because that's not a platform. Platform was low taxes, plenty of food, and fornication. And there are other minor parties like the Succubus Party who don't have representation in parliament at the moment. Demons apparently not also, and I assume that some of the cat people or other small parties do have some minor representation, but really, as long as the orc party, the big people party, are the majority, these things won't be fixed. And by the same token, if I really should have done research beforehand, but the majority party in Japan isn't fixing its problems really either. I mean, slowly, but not much. And I just wanted to just one final note. I find it interesting that even though that the vision of the author of a peaceful, there it is, of a peaceful nation isn't one where people disagree and have where people can disagree sometimes and political parties change. The vision of Interspecies reviewers and its author of a peaceful society is one where one party is the majority basically at all times.